All right, we're in the filter gallery still, but this time I'm going down to, I think it was, no, we'll do that one later. We're going to do texture first, and then we'll look at stylize. So texture, we've got 6 different textures. So we'll start with this one, crack lure. That one kind of looks like, I don't know if you've ever gone to a photo place and they say, oh, we can make it look like an oil painting or something, like it's on oil. If you look, this kind of looks like a canvas backing, so you can do that. If you wanted to do a photo and make it look like a painting, you could use that. Again, my flower is still masked, so it's not if it changes, so you can kind of see the difference between the photo and the effect. So no, if you have Photoshop, you don't have to have some gallery, some photo service turn yours into an oil painting effect. You got it there. This one is called grain, and you can, again, you can increase the contrast in the grain. You can increase the intensity. And contrast is going to kind of be between the highlights and lowlights. And intensity is how bright that grain is. Just going to zoom in a little on this one so you can see what I mean. So here's our grain. If we bring down the intensity, it's a lot duller, so we don't see a big difference. If we bring down the contrast, there's not as much difference between light areas and dark areas. So again, okay. Grain type, regular, there's a whole bunch of choices. Regular, soft, sprinkles, clumped, contrasty, enlarged, so it's great big, pixely, vertical. So even just in that one texture, if you start looking at some of your options, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Back that one up. Okay, so one I really like is stained glass, and you can control the cell size, so you can make it kind of big. Okay, and if it's really big, obviously you're going to lose a lot of your detail in your picture, or you can make really little cells, and you'll still see, you know, the buds and things on the flower. I'd see up, so you can kind of play with the difference between, you know, when does it look most luminescent, like stained glass, and where do you totally lose your picture. Border thickness, really heavy letting between the areas. It's going to give you a more abstract feel. And then light intensity is like the brightness behind it, as though it's stained glass with light shining through it. So you can bring it way down, or you can bring it way up. Okay. Mosaic tiles. Okay, so grout, there's the grout between the mosaic tiles. You can bring up the tile size there. If you bring it up enough, you can kind of see what it means by mosaic, where it's all little squares. Kind of cool. Grout width, the width between, so it can look more like, you know, tiling where there's big width of grout, and then the grout can be either very dark, or you can go with white grout, a really light grout. See, I think the lightest I can get it is there. So the grout's going to be kind of part of your background color. It won't be like bright white or solid black. But that's what you can do with just texture. And I said I was going to do stylize as well. So there's only one thing in stylize, and that's glowing edges. So if you want to go neon, edge brightness makes it really glow. Edge width, you want thicker, or you want to go thinner. I kind of like thinner because then it looks more like neon tubes or something. Smoothness, I'll let you see what that does. kind of softens the edges. So you can go between like more sketchy looking or more luminescent. I find as I go up towards smoother, the background sort of darkens up too. Okay. So, and again, if I decide at the end I don't like any of this, I'm going to hit cancel and go back to where I was. Or if I like it and I want to save it, maybe I'll hit OK and then save it. I think I'm going to, I don't know. I think I'm going to cancel this one. I know I can do it again if I want to. Back to my flower picture. And that's the end of this video. If you want any other filter gallery stuff, I suggest just go in and start playing. Until you hit OK, you haven't made a commitment, so it doesn't hurt anything to check out different filters.